Hi everyone, I'm Louise Burns. Check out my interview with Mr.Indie and my new record, Element. I'm here to promote my new record, and I'm playing a show at La Bestia on Thursday. My first show ever in Mexico. And just of course, every time I'm here, it's really about drinking mezcal and walking around and just taking it all in because it is such a cool city. Every time I come here, I fall in love. It was planned it was fairly last minute, but it was definitely something we had about a week or two to plan. And I have a local opener named Andrew, who's gonna play guitar with me as well. And it's gonna be a pared down set though. I don't have a full band with me. I usually tour with like 5 people on stage, four or 5, and now I'm just by myself with Andrew, and I'm gonna just do like a different kind of set. So it'll be fun, be special. Culture shocks? Ooh, well, I've been to Mexico City twice before, and I've been to Mexico a few times to Baja, because I spend a lot of time in Baja Sur. But I think the culture shock would be, let's see. I think we were just talking about the crickets and the worms in like Oaxacan cuisine, and that at first was kind of shocking, but now I've grown to be into it. I'll have crickets or grasshoppers in my guacamole, no problem. And I guess, I don't know, I feel pretty at home here. I can't lie. I feel quite comfortable in Mexico. I do need to learn the language a bit better though. I speak very little Spanish, and that's every time I just feel kind of silly not being able to communicate clearly. I'm always kind of slow, but not like a huge culture shock yet. I'm sure the day will come where I experience something very weird and new and exciting, but I see all new experiences as positive, unless they're obviously really bad ones. And I've had all positive experiences here, so nothing shocking yet. It's been really great. I've been really lucky. A lot of people have I think a lot of people really got it, which is really exciting to me. I wasn't sure people would really get what I was going for, because it is a really different record for me, but it's more relaxed, and it's sort of like intentionally made as like a listening piece. It's not really for like big dance clubs or like, TikTok or whatever. It's made for a real listening experience, and a lot of people have really responded to that, which makes me really happy. And yeah, it's been a lot of people all over the world have found it, which is really cool. And I'm hoping to get a little bit more touring out of this all over the world and kind of show people what I'm up to. But I've been really lucky. People have really taken to it. And again, like people who really listen to it kind of get it. And that makes me really happy. Oh man, I've received quite a few. I receive a lot of, sometimes I feel like a bit of like a mom to some of my fans, because I do receive some messages about people going through stuff. And while I'm not qualified to ever really answer them properly, I always feel very touched that people feel they can do that with me, because I am a pretty open person with that kind of stuff. So I have received quite a few touching messages. A lot of them, I won't name names because I think they're pretty personal, but there's been people who've told me that my music has helped them get through a really, really hard time in their lives. And that is like always touching to me. Even if only 5 people ever listen to my records, if I can have that kind of response from somebody, then I've done my job. And I've received quite a few emotional ones, so I'll leave it at that. Yeah, he's an old friend of mine. Jason Corbett is an old friend of mine. And I've known him since the early 2000s when we were both coming up in bands. And Jason's just a real mentor to me. And I love his band Actors and what he does with Leathers. And he's just a really fun, easy person to get along with. He's very literal and very, he doesn't beat around the bush or sugarcoat things, which I really like in the studio. So we work really well together by just saying like, yes, no, do this, do that. And his knowledge and his understanding of music is really, really amazing. It complements my own too, because he teaches me a lot. And when I get a little bit too like new agey pop girl, he kind of anchors me back down a little bit and remains, true to keeping things grounded, I guess you could say. And yeah, he's very patient too. I re-sang my whole record 3 times. Not a lot of producers can tolerate that kind of obsessiveness from an artist, but he was very chill with it. And yeah, he's just a friend. And for me, it's really important to have like real connections with people in the studio. Otherwise, I just feel too weird. It weirds me out if I'm not like really close with people in the studio. So it was natural fit for me. Totally, Nolan's amazing. So Nolan did the video for Kids and for I Don't Feel It Like I Used To, and then Brandon Fletcher did the video for Bloom. And they're both of those guys are incredibly creative and think in like almost movie brain. So it's not just like a bunch of cool glamour shots or whatever. It's like, what is the storyline of this video? What is the time period we're referencing? And we all of us are really into like old movies. So with Nolan, it was kind of a mixture of like old movies versus like sort of funny 80s music videos. So I Don't Feel It Like I Used To is a bit of a sort of homage to a video called Moonlight Desires by a Canadian artist called Gowan. It's very like dramatic. And that video is actually filmed here in Mexico on the pyramids. I don't know what pyramid it was filmed on, but it was filmed here. So I wanted to like pay homage to that. But Nolan's great. He's also a director and writer, and I've known him for a long time, and his partner Maria is an actress, and she was in the video too, and her and Nolan have acted in a lot of my videos before this record too, so we go back a long time, and they both have weird brains. And then Brandon, of course, is like an amazing director. He does so many music videos, and the way that he's just the most efficient worker I've ever seen, innovative, a big picture thinker, and just comes up with the craziest set design. So I'm really lucky I get to work with some quality people. Oh my God, I like this question. I would say on an airplane, flying somewhere with a window seat with good headphones, or probably driving somewhere that's really beautiful for potentially sunset or sunrise. It's definitely like a transitional time record, so either in the morning or the evening before it becomes nighttime. And yeah, I think just like without a lot of distractions, just doing the thing where you're just listening to music and being in the moment. That's what it's made for. And again, intimate listening experiences. So headphones, or in a car, or on a beach, in a Bluetooth speaker, whatever. It doesn't matter where you're listening to it, as long as it's like looking out over some sort of vista. That's kind of how I imagine it being listened to. Yeah, there's so many. I've been to Corona Capital twice. I love it. I've never played there, but I've just attended it, and I'd love to play there one day. That's like my goal. Viva Latino, I think I heard that's also on my list, and Primavera, Latin America. I'd love to play all over Latin America. There's a ton of festivals I'm just learning about now too in Mexico City. There's so many that I didn't even realize were here. So every day I seem to be learning about new places and new festivals, but that's my starting point. But I mean, I really hope I get to play some. Sleeping helps creativity. Don't forget that. If you don't sleep and you think you're being creative, it's just because you're high on adrenaline, and that doesn't last forever. So prioritize sleep. You have better ideas. That's what I'll tell myself in the future. It's really boring advice, but it's really, really important advice because I don't sleep very well.